How do people born into lower middle class family ever make it, like predictably? Something I've noticed is, at least from my experience, elements of it are not within your control. For example, say you're in Nigeria now, as we are, and what's the typical part of the lower middle class, the youth born into a lower middle class family? You get into school, God bless you, you're able to get into a good enough school. And then, you go through your primaries, secondaries, and then you get into the university and all of that, and then you graduate. What happens after then? You find that those of the people that have ever, made something, there's always that story of something that is beyond their control. I think one of those that comes to mind readily is that of Tony Elumelu, how he applied for a job he wasn't even supposed to apply for because they had asked for a higher grade of result than he had graduated with. But then, he applied anyway. Looking at that, it's difficult to predict, in a way, not whether you be successful, but how you're going to be successful. Of course, probably the best thing to do is, what is always advised, work hard, put yourself out there. But I think one of the things I've come to realize is you can never tell with certainty how it's going to happen. Because, by now, I don't think there's anybody who's tried hard enough that still believes hard work in and of itself is what makes it work, is what grants anybody success. Because I believe even among the people who applied with Tony Elumelu at that batch, there are probably people who had better results, obviously had worked harder than him in a way. And there's this factor, of course, people call luck, grace, and all of that, but it seems to be an integral part in the story of every person who's become, gone from a lower middle class family to any level of significance. It's both good news and probably a bit of bad news. It's good news because there is hope, and it's bad news because, especially for someone who likes certainty, you want to be able to plot how things are going to go. So I'll go from here, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do all of that. But then you find at some point in your journey as a young person who's ambitious, but then you're from a low to middle income family, you just have to believe in God, in faith, believe that something would work in your favor. You're gonna get something you don't deserve. Someone is just gonna, as much as you want to be successful, that you wouldn't be able to do it by yourself. There's need for an external force to act on you. Because it's almost like as though you're in a state of inertia. You can keep moving or you can stay stagnant. But then, something has to touch you, Of course, you're not stagnant. Ideally, you have to be moving because, action, doing stuff increases your surface area of luck. It makes it easier for you to get lucky and all of that. But, I think at the core of it is you have to understand that not all of this is within your control. The best you can do is, put in your best. Keep showing up. Keep grinding, for lack of a better word, and keep your faith in God, hopefully, because I think I believe that's critical. That's something everybody should do. And then, God willing, that lucky break would come if you hold on long enough. But yeah, that's just me, thinking, honestly. Some days I wish the path was clearer, because if you're born into a high society family, into an affluent family, probably all you need to do is just be well behaved, be level headed. It's unlikely that you're going to spoil things so bad just by being level headed. But for someone who is born into a family that's not that way, being level headed is not enough. You need to be acted upon by a force that you do not control. All right, thank you for watching this video.